Good morning, students. Today is Monday, April 27th. Welcome back to school. For our devotion today, I'm going to talk a little bit about my own journey that I've been going through using the Gospel of Thomas, and I've used the same example with some of you from class, so you'll know it well. But for the rest of you, the Gospel of Thomas is one of the agnostic Gospels. It was found in caves along with Mary Magdalene's Gospel and Philip's and some of the other ones. And when they found them, they did some dating on them, and their dates were right around, 150 years after Jesus. And scholars originally said that's just too long to be included in the biblical canon. So they were never thought of as true parts of the Bible. But recent carbon dating has allowed scholars to put the date right about 3, meaning like even closer to when Jesus lived and died, even closer than our earliest gospel, Mark, which is at year 60. So since the agnostic gospels, we think, based on science, were written pretty close to when everything was happening, I do think that it's important that we take a look at them. Now, they are not part of the Bible or the biblical canon, so I would not say that they are part of our gospel, the 4 square gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. But nothing in the Gospel of Thomas is contrary to any of those gospels, and as one of the 12, I think it's helpful to learn from Thomas. So this is my copy of the Gospel of Thomas, and we're going to look at his verse 2. And he calls Jesus Yeshua. So this is verse 2, what I'm reading, and this is what he says. Yeshua said, "Whoever searches must continue to search until they find. When they find, they will be disturbed, and being disturbed, they will marvel and will reign over all things." So this is sort of a continuation of that famous scripture that you well know, "Seek and ye shall find." It's a little bit incomplete in the Gospels that we know because it doesn't tell us what we're searching for, and it doesn't tell us what will happen when we find it. So this is sort of like a more full version of that. It tells us that once we start searching, there's no stopping. It also tells us that once we find, we're going to be disturbed. And the hopeful part, though, is that if you keep going, if you push through the disturbed part, you will lead to wonder, and you will be able to master all things. This is important to me right now because I find myself doing a lot of searching. What does all of this mean? Why am I supposed to be sitting at home completely with my life upturned? How do I make meaning of that? Is there some great plan from God around all this? I'm really searching. And God says to me, once you go down that rabbit hole, you can't come back. And I can tell you that already there has been some disturbance, right? I have found that I need to be still. I have found that the earth needs me not to travel as much. I have found that I'm disconnected from those I love the most because I've been so busy. And so I've been disturbed. And Thomas is letting me know that I need to keep going through that. And it will lead to something wonderful. And I have to admit to you, I'm not to the wonder part yet. But I believe, and I know it will come. So if any of you find yourself searching right now, if you find yourself disturbed right now, know that that's part of the process. Stay in it, and it will lead to wonder. Have a great day, everyone.